Coming up on ATV News, fire strikes a popular building on campus. Find out who Logan's latest hero is.
Students' fees might go up again. We'll tell you why.
And the annual Sundance Film Festival comes to Park City.
ATV Sports is back with a review of what happened in basketball while you were snoozing over winter break. Stay tuned for all the numbers and results.
Rain, sleet, snow, we've got all that in your weather coming up on ATV News.
Thousands of students today, but once again, Logan's heroes came to the rescue. Welcome to ATV News. I'm Kelsey Keller.
And I'm Jessica Black. You're sitting in class and smell smoke. What would you do?
My teacher said in the 4 years that she's worked here, she's never even heard the alarm go off, so she just said it was fake. We just got outside until it went off. It was pretty slow. We all just kind of stood up and walked out. It wasn't like panic or anything at all.
Walked outside, we didn't think it was real. We were just waiting for him to shut the alarm off.
The fire here could have been much worse if it hadn't been for the quick thinking and action of one faculty member and a student.
I can still taste the smoke pretty intensely in my mouth.
Fred Bittner may be covered in dust, but that might have been all that remained had he not responded so quickly.
Everybody's running out, and I passed the fire extinguisher, and I was like, I turned to Brother Change and I was like, should we grab this and go put it out? And he was like, yeah. So I sprayed it, and then I had to get down lower because of the smoke, and I kept spraying it, and then, you know, it looked like it was out. There was no more orange light coming from the kitchen, so at that point it was getting really difficult to breathe, so I found the wall and just kind of felt my way out till there was no more smoke. It didn't look like it had spread like too much to the cabinets and things. Like the ceiling wasn't on fire or anything like that, but, you know, the heat from the fire had certainly melted, you know, what I think are probably the plastic light fixtures. That would explain the pool of fire on the floor.
A little after 10 o'clock, we responded to an alarm, a fire alarm here at the Institute building. Initial crews arrived, and they did call for a second alarm due to finding smoke in the building. No injuries. Students evacuated very well. The firefighters did an excellent job, and it's just trying to get smoke out of the building.
Classes at the Institute, both day and night, have been canceled today.
The Capitol building is full once again as legislators meet to determine the future of our state. Lobbyists and other concerned citizens gathered outside the Senate and House floors, waiting for their chance to catch the interest and support of one of their representatives. Senators and House members alike got down to business Tuesday to begin discussing legislation. The first 3 days back on the floor have seen bills broach every subject from health care communications to driver's license information. Representatives are promising future bills discussing work discrimination, drug enforcement, and illegal immigration.
USU students had the chance to present their research to legislators yesterday on Capitol Hill. Research on the Hill is a program inviting the best undergraduate researchers from USU and U of U to present their projects and findings to the men and women in the Capitol. Dressed in their best, they explain their research to other students, visitors to the Capitol, and even legislators themselves. Scott Bates, Associate Vice President in Graduate and Research Studies, said the students invited represent the very best in undergraduate research. He said it is important for students to present their work outside of the university, and the students couldn't agree more. Student fees might go up again, and the reason? To build a new student recreation center.
It's very fun.
Kelsey Keller was able to find out more about the future plans for the project and what students are saying about it.
It's very fun to be in this.
Many Utah State students find time in their schedules to hit up the gym to pump some iron or squeeze their cardio in. Here at USU, that gym is the Field House. And if you've been there lately, perhaps you've noticed the building isn't getting any younger, but it is getting more crowded.
Use of the field house and the hyper building in the last 3 years has gone up well over 50%. So these buildings are getting used to death, the machines are falling apart, and it's becoming cost prohibitive to just keep these up with that kind of traffic in there.
And this is why a plan was presented to build a new student rec center, as well as add turf to the hyperfields. The student center would be known as the Aggie Rec Center, or ARC, and the doors would open in the fall of 2015. The Aggie Legacy Fields would be finished for fall of 2012.
But one thing students are concerned about is how the ARC will be paid for. By fall semester of 2012, fees will increase by $30 per student. And by the year of 2015, that fee will increase to $75.
I think the rec center is a really great idea. I think it's really cool, but I don't think it's something our campus needs right now.
Not only will it just improve campus, the way it looks and everything, but it also provides a lot of great opportunities for students to have more extracurricular activity space and availability.
If you would like to voice your own opinion about the ARC and Legacy Fields, visit www.usu.edu/AggieRecCenter/form.
And be ready to vote for or against this project in February.
When we come back, sparks flew at the presidential debate between the two leading candidates.
And we'll take a look at some of the crazy weather Cache Valley has had this past week. Popular internet sites, including Google and Wikipedia, protested 2 bills that would restrict what could be shared over the internet. Their virtual blackout protest sent the message that without taking action, the internet would be censored, leaving you in a very literal dark. The Stop Online Piracy Act, commonly known as SOPA, and the Protect Intellectual Property Act, known as PIPA, focus on responding to online piracy, specifically illegal copies of films and other media. More than 7 million people signed a petition on Google saying that passage of legislation would result in censoring the web and impose a regulatory burden on businesses. Both bills have been postponed until a compromise has been reached.
Big news in the presidential campaign. Mitt Romney released his tax returns to the public. They showed that he has earned over $40 million in the last 2 years. In 2010, only about 14% of his earnings went to taxes, which is less than many high-income earners pay. This is because most of his money comes from investments. His returns also showed that he gave $3 million to charity, including $1.5 million to the Mormon Church. This information fueled the fire between Romney and Gingrich at the presidential debate Thursday night. The two drew attention to each other's finances, while Ron Paul expressed that he has no plan to run as a third-party candidate. Later on, things heated up when Romney called Gingrich an influence peddler, only to be accused in return of telling falsehoods during his many years in politics.
Well, look, I'm not going to spend the evening trying to chase Governor Romney's misinformation. We'll have a site at newt.org by tomorrow morning. We'll list everything. He just said at least 4 things that are false. I don't want to waste the time on them.
We don't have to take my word for the facts. They're accurate. I'll point out that they're accurate. But the truth is that the members of his own team, his congressional team, after his 4 years of leadership, they moved to replace him. They also took a vote, and 88% of Republicans voted to reprimand the Speaker. And he did resign in disgrace after that. This was the first time in American history that a Speaker of the House has resigned.
This is the worst kind of trivial politics. I mean, he said at least 4 things were false. You know, we have an ad in which both John McCain and Mike Huckabee in 2007, 2008 explain how much they think Governor Romney can't tell the truth. I just suggest people look at them. Don't listen to me. Don't believe me. Just look at the ad with Mike Huckabee and Senator McCain, and you'll understand exactly what you just saw.
Seconds, please, on this starting.
The next debate will be tomorrow night on the campus of the University of North Florida, leading up to the Florida primaries on the 31st of January.
We may not have much snow in the mountains right now, but there is still enough there that when the new snow is dumped on it, the risk of an avalanche is high.
Avalanche warnings are concerning Utah residents after the weekend storm. The mix of snow and water are a recipe for disaster. Now that winter has come, snow has covered the mountains and ice has developed on the streets. Experts are warning those who go up to the mountains because at any moment, snow can slide.
We've recently had quite a bit of avalanche danger in the mountains, and quite a lot of natural avalanche activity occurred over the weekend, with avalanches ranging from 2 to 4 feet deep and up to about a half mile wide. widespread across the Logan area mountains, which means the Wellsville and the Mount Naomi wilderness areas, as well as most of the Bear River Range above about 7,000 feet in elevation.
For Logan residents, 400 North Street leads to the Logan Canyon, which is prone to avalanches.
Snow finally came in this winter, but unfortunately it is not the snow quality that we all know and love. For those of you who are planning to be in the mountains this winter, one wrong step can cause an avalanche.
If you have questions about what to do when it comes to avalanches, the National Forest Logan District Office and UtahAvalancheCenter.com can help.
Continue to stay off of these steeper avalanche slopes that haven't already avalanched in the area for quite a while. I'd give them a couple weeks, I think, given the conditions that I see right now. It's cracking about 2 to about 4 feet deep down into really weak snow that it formed during the extended high pressure season.
Avalanche warnings are a precaution. Don't let the warnings hinder you from the beauty in Cache Valley. This is Romina Nadakovic for ATV News.
Utah is currently in the red zone for avalanches. If you are a skier or snowboarder, you might want to stay out of any backcountry areas.
In Wellsville, residents are getting their lives back in order while family, friends, and neighbors work to restore a home that was flooded. Courtney Robinson was there to tell the story.
Shovels, sandbags, heavy equipment, and dozens of volunteers working on this Wellsville home after flooding.
The heavy rain, so you got runoff. But what you see is all that rain up here, we're getting all the runoff out of the mountain as well. And we're getting, every neighbor has it coming into their house from off of the mountain. And it's just come to find out, January thaw.
Spencer received a call at 4 a.m. from a neighbor warning him of flooding that was occurring nearby. Residents called emergency services for help, but responders did not show up for several hours.
Actually called an emergency response team at 4 o'clock in the morning when we knew that we had a problem. But by the time the response team got here at 7, we had a really big problem.
The family gives credit to their neighbors, friends, the Wellsville community, and their ward for the hard work that saved their homes.
Just all volunteers, just helping the neighbors out.
Well, these guys are all just neighbors and ward members, and all the neighbors are small business owners, some of them taking time out of their day and their resources and contributing.
With several members of the community, family, and friends, what could have been major damage to this home turned out to be just a large mess and a little bit of water damage.
Several members of the Cache County Jail also contributed their efforts by helping fill sandbags.
We're filling sandbags for the flooding with the jail diversion crew from the Cache County Jail.
These bags were used for Spencer's home as well as several other homes in the community.
Just thank you very much. Can't say thank you enough. It's just amazing.
Hard work. Not a problem. Hope things turn out okay.
In Wellsville, Utah, Courtney Robinson, ATV News.
Thanks, Courtney. Now let's take a look outside and see what Britta's doing.
Yeah, you know, with avalanches and flooding happening all over the valley, you just don't know what's going to happen. But we'll let you know what's taking place up in the mountains and down in the riverbeds after this. All right, well, Aggies, we're here. I'm Britta Anderson. I'm here with your ATV weather. We'll start with a look at the national weather map. We're just catching the bottom of this snowstorm here that's coming in. So we probably won't get much snow, but you never know what could happen as this high pressure system moves past us. The precipitation map shows that we're staying dry right now, but who knows what can happen as this moves across. We could get some precipitation and some moisture. The avalanche warning that we had before has now moved out of Cache Valley. But the National Weather Service has said that motorists should be prepared for some strong crosswinds as they're driving down the highways. Our air quality is moderate to good with storms that have been blowing through. It's pulled away the inversions, and we're looking at some nice clean air this week. Now we'll go to our 5-day forecast. On Wednesday, we're looking at a high of 38 with a low of 29, with mostly sunshine, which is a little bit of clouds, as you'll see outside right now, with just a 20% chance of rain. Thursday, we have a high of 40 with a low of 27, with some possible snow showers in the evening, with a 60% chance of that taking place. Moving into Friday morning, where those snow showers could be taking place, so be sure to give yourself some extra time to get to class, with a high of 32 and a low of 13. Saturday, we stick with that high of 32 and low of 13 again. And then Sunday, we pull into a high of 38 with a low of 16 with a 10% chance of rain. So you want to make sure that you grab your coat and you stay warm. Well, Aggies, that's it for ATV weather. Stay tuned for ATV Sports.
Hey Aggies, welcome to the Spring 2012 ATV Sports Opener. I'm Bailey McMurdy. A lot has happened since the last time we aired, and if you live under a rock, you'll have no idea what's going on in Aggie athletics. So, for those of you who are hermits, I'm going to cover the whole winter break in a minute. Hey Britta, can you help me out a second?
Yeah, sure, Bailey.
All right. Now, I am going to do all this in a minute. You ready to do this?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay.
I'm ready.
All right, let's break down the numbers.
Okay.
One thing was going on while you all took a break, and the women are now 12-6 in the past 7 games. The women's basketball team it is. They've won, and it's been by an average of 19.4 points per game. The only game the ladies lost since last semester was Louisiana Tech last week in the Spectrum. We'll see those game highlights a little bit later. Men's basketball hasn't had the easiest ride this season, and it hasn't gotten any better in the past 7 weeks. Out of the 13 games played over the break, the Aggies lost 5 of them, 3 of those games in conference play. Nevada broke what fans hoped would be the start of a winning streak back in the Spectrum, but didn't happen. 5 days later, New Mexico State outmanned USU and stole the game away by whipping the guys with a 20-point lead lashing. Then we played La Tech 2 days later, and we only won by 4 points, and as if that didn't look grim enough, the boys lost at both Seattle and Idaho that next weekend. The Utah State men's basketball team is now 5th in the WAC. Need I say more? All right, Britta, how did I do?
Yeah. What, 1 minute and 2 seconds and 47.47.
Dang
so
it.
you almost did it. You almost did it.
All right.
Whatever.
Okay,
pretty
fine.
Good job. All right.
All right. Now that we're all caught up on numbers and stats, how is the men's basketball team going to finish off the rest of the season? With shooters like Medlin and Payne, you think would be a bit higher in WAC standing. So what's the problem? One reason might be defense. USU is allowing 70.6 points per game and is only bringing in an average of 64 points offensively. There's no one answer to USU's tough season, and Coach Stu Morrill is ready to leave the past in the past and continue forward on in the season.
What I talked about with our players yesterday was the fact that we are 10-10 and we are 2-3 in league, and those games are over. We have 9 league games left, 11 games overall left, and those are the ones we have a chance to do something about. The games that are over are over.
We wish the best of luck to the guys as they take on Hawaii at San Jose State this next weekend. Now, I know I promised you some highlights from the women's basketball games, so let's get to it. The Lady Ags started their 2 home games last week against Fresno, and Devin Christensen came ready to play. She made it clear she is a threat from both behind the arc and making jumpers with her season high of 22 points. Jennifer Schlott wasn't far behind with 12 points, making the trays and penetrating in the paint. But it was Fresno point guard Taylor Thompson that took the Aggies to the brink with 17 points, and the final score was 90-67. Devin Christensen knows the ladies need to get another win soon.
Just got to get back on the boat and get Nevada. We'll learn more from this than anything else. And our goal is a conference championship. And in order to do that, we got to get back on the boat and come out with a deeper intensity starting versus Nevada on Saturday.
The ladies came back into the Spectrum on Saturday, and Christensen had something to prove. It seemed like every shot she took was a perfect swish. Taking 3 after 3, she had 22 points by the end of the night. She just penetrates so easily into the paint, and she just got the job done. But it wasn't just about Christensen on Saturday. 6 of the girls scored in double figures, including Bonnet Jop working hard in the paint to get her 10 points. Look at this easy layup. She has no problem getting past people. And freshman Franny Ba'aulu had a career high against the Wolfpack. Ashley Brown added 12 points to the final score of 91-69. Coach Peebley is happy about the improvement in gameplay, and she's excited to see all of the ladies taking some turns in offense.
a way better performance tonight, and really proud of our focus, our ability to bounce back. Our leadership was really good in helping us do that, and a veteran team, that's definitely where our expectations should lie.
That's what we talked about for the 2 days that we had to prepare, was just bouncing back. And that's exactly what we did. We came out here focused and put the Fresno game behind us and learned some things from it. And we put a good game together.
I like the balance in our scoring, obviously. This is a game where we got to see some nice things out of young players like Franny, Zava hitting a nice shot there at the end, Cammie getting an opportunity to play a little bit more, and that'll only help us as conference goes on.
We were aggressive, and we were taking shots that were open, and we were also finding our bigs inside. Bonna played great, she was aggressive. We found things that were open, and we stuck with that.
The Lady Ags hit the road this weekend to take on the Idaho Vandals Saturday night at 6:30 p.m. Well, that's it for ATV Sports. Make sure to wear Aggie Blue this weekend in support of our team. Stay tuned for more ATV News.
2 feet of snow fell in Park City this weekend, but that didn't stop people from making their trip to the Sundance Film Festival.
High society, award-winning films, and snow. 24 inches of the white stuff. That's what visitors were treated to at the Sundance Film Festival last weekend. Even with snow pouring down, the streets of Park City are packed. While the snow was a gift to the mountains, it caused problems to the Park City community.
The weather is brutal. It is wet. It is walking through half a foot of slush and water and snow coming at your face.
But the festival went on despite the wintry conditions.
My favorite thing about Sundance is just seeing all the people and all the different ideas people bring to Sundance and how excited people can get about Sundance.
With the weather and influx of people, accidents happen. But Park City locals say that's all part of the experience.
Definitely Sundance is the most dangerous time of year in Park City because of how many people are there.
Bodley says she's had a scary experience with the festival in the past.
It was definitely icy, kind of slushy. Me and my friend were crossing a road, and one of the side roads was very steep going down onto the main street, and a car came sliding down without any brakes and barely missed me and my friend by perhaps half a foot.
But with flakes falling outside, there's no shortage of things to do in the mountain town.
The good thing to Sundance is the life that there is, because Sundance is pretty fun with being able to go to movies and going to Main Street.
Meredith Kinney, ATV News.
The festival continues until January 29th. Make sure you check it out.
New Year's resolutions. We're 3 weeks into the new year. Have you kept yours?
We all make New Year's resolutions to lose a couple pounds, get better grades, or find a job. More often than not, we fall back into our old habits.
Whether it be working out or studying, students set New Year's resolutions every year.
The most popular New Year's resolution is to lose weight.
My New Year's resolution is to lose 60 pounds by July. So by my birthday, I want to be right around the weight I was in high school.
But a close second among college students would be focusing more on school.
This year I've actually just wanted to do good in school.
When resolutions are kept, goals can be accomplished.
This year I've been doing pretty good. I've kept up with my goal so far of losing at least 2 pounds every week, so I'm right on track to achieve my goal.
Many resolutions are forgotten about within the first month, but sticking to them can be very rewarding.
I've been doing really well this semester. I've actually been going to class, and I actually bought books, and I'm actually putting forth like a legitimate effort this semester.
Sometimes life just gets in the way, but other times resolutions just aren't practical.
New Year's resolutions, I think, are okay if they're structured with a good goal-setting plan. Most people, when they set goals and New Year's resolutions, they don't really have a plan. They don't know what they're doing. They're setting up a dream, but they're not marking the stepping stones to achieve it or to arrive at that point. So unfortunately, they usually do not achieve their goal.
But those who follow through oftentimes find themselves in a better place.
I definitely think resolutions are good because they give us, an opportunity to stretch and to grow.
I'm Ryan Humphreys, ATV News.
I don't know about you, but I made a New Year's resolution to make this semester the best semester of ATV News ever.
That sounds good to me. I'm going to learn how to cook better too.
I like that. I like that. Well, thanks for watching ATV News. I'm Jessica Black.
I'm Kelsey Keller.
And I'm Bailey McMurdy. Have a great day, Aggies.